Our Vegas fantasy. It's not what you think. No, it's not. It's a sad intro this week of our Vegas fantasy. Our Vegas fantasy. Our Vegas fantasy.
Oh my God.
Yes, it is. It's a sad intro. Hi, everybody. My name's Kenny Davidsen.
Hi, I'm Christina Shaw.
It's a sad intro this week because this week, my good friend, my partner in crime, Christina Shaw, took a horrible, horrible beat that knocked her out of one more league that she had a shot to make the playoffs in, and she's done for the year.
I am done for the year.
That horrible beat, she was up by 48 points, and her opponent, our friend Tom, had Pat Mahomes.
Yep.
Enough said.
It's sad. What are you going to do? I mean, going into this Monday night game before it started, I was looking pretty good. I was going to go 3-1. I was having a really great week. I had fun watching football. I had a really fun Sunday. And then womp, womp, womp. I lost all of them. So I went 0-4 on my teams.
And you were up against Tyreek Hill in one league.
In two leagues. Oh, brother.
Yep. Oh, my Lord.
Yeah.
And then Mahomes in the other league.
Yep. So how was your week? Maybe it was a little better than mine?
It was a little better, but I only went 12-12 this week. I had a shot to go 16-8, and last night, killed me. He killed everybody. Either last night killed everybody or you won. I have one league where I was way down and I came back and won because I have Mahomes.
Yeah.
And then I have another league where I have Mahomes and I lost by 1.5.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I think my opponent had Kelsey. So, half the Mahomes points get vultured by Kelsey. That was a game I've never seen in football. I'm watching this game last night in a trance.
I know. It was unbelievable.
And people are very mixed about if this is the direction that football is going. I mean, I'm a fantasy guy. I like offense. Right. And the three best games of the year, Rams, Saints, Chiefs, Pats, and now Rams, Chiefs, they've all had over 80 points in them. This had 100 points in the game. I love it. I don't want every single game to be 100 points. I don't want Big 12 football, but I do like the advanced offense this year. I love it.
I do too.
I think this is great for the game. I would like to see a situation where we're looking at 60 points a game.
Yeah.
Playing the game. I really enjoy it.
Do you know what the spread was for that game?
The
over-under.
Oh, the over-under was 63.
Do you believe that? It was the highest in history.
And we are obviously in Las Vegas, and the Las Vegas sports books got slaughtered.
Yep.
Because everybody went with the over last night. And they made the over by 2 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Mm-hmm. It's unbelievable.
It was unbelievable.
I heard that on the radio last night. I was like, whoa, 63 points. And then I'm watching the game going, oh my goodness, they smashed that.
And I wonder now if you're going to start seeing over-under totals that are going to be regularly in the 50s.
Way higher.
They're going to have to be because the overs are killing it every week.
Yeah.
So, but this was just an outstanding game. And obviously, fantasy highs. I mean, before we get to what we already had on the list, we might as well just talk about Pat Mahomes. But here's the thing with Pat Mahomes. He turned the ball over 5 times last night.
He sure did, but he still produced.
He still produces, but 3 interceptions and 2 fumbles. And he still gets you 38.5 point PPR, 50 and a full point PPR.
So did that last interception mess with your score?
It cost me 1 league.
Right, because that last
cost me
that's
that
a
league.
shame.
It sure did.
Oh no.
Yeah. I'll give you the worst. It didn't end up being as bad a beat, but I had a 2-point lead against a guy going with the Rams defense. And I was like, I'm going to win this.
Yeah.
Because the Rams defense are going to get negative points tonight. And then, of course, the strip sack fumble.
And the pick six.
Pick six, yeah. Right, yeah. So and the Rams defense got 21 points. How you like that? A team that gives up 51 points gets 21 points for defense.
How is that even possible?
How is that possible?
From all the defensive touchdowns.
So, of course, lost that league.
Defenses are stupid.
Yeah. This is a really weird week. There's we're gonna have a long segment coming up.
I feel like we say this every week, Kenny.
Yeah, this was particularly rough.
Last week was pretty weird too.
Yeah, well, unless you have T.Y. Hilton.
And I did.
There you go.
Yeah.
You still lost.
And I still lost.
Oh my God.
I had all of these players on our fantasy highs. I had.
Right.
And I lost every single league.
Wow, because you have Galladay too.
Yep.
Yeah. What did T.Y. Hilton do this week?
155 yards, 9 targets, 2 touchdowns. He had his best game with 36 fantasy points.
Unbelievable.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I still lost.
Well, I am too. So in that one league, in our Vegas league that I'm in with Bucky, I have AJ Green. And I needed to trade AJ Green away to try to win this week. I traded him to a guy that gave me T.Y. Hilton for him. I couldn't believe it.
Oh.
And so I started T.Y. Hilton. I still lost.
Jeez.
Because he had Kelsey and he had Hunt.
Yeah.
I was going to lose.
Hey.
So I lost 140 to 120.
Yeah.
But I had T.Y. Hilton. I put my best possible team forward. Just
right. And that's all you can do.
Did not work out. Kenny Golladay.
He's alive.
He's alive. He's okay.
Well, we all knew he was going to be. He's the last man standing out of all the wideouts in that team. So he proved a lot this week. And I'm glad.
And probably the same this week because I don't think Marvin Jones is going to be back for Thursday. Right. So it's the Golladay show.
I just love him.
I do too. I think he's going to be a nice find next year. Mm-hmm. I don't think he's going to be drafted all that high next year. So
really,
I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know.
High.
We'll see.
He
might be like the 5th, 6th round pick. That's a bit of a value next year.
I'll reach for him.
Yeah, I'm a Golladay fan,
Yep.
and then obviously the 2 running backs, Saquon Barkley, Ezekiel Elliott, both killing it this week. Elliott's gotten going. Elliott hadn't had a bunch of 30-point games. He just had 2 back-to-back 30-point games. I think it's time for Ezekiel Elliott. He's on a roll right now.
Yeah, and Saquon Barkley had a career high in carries and rushing yards.
Wow.
Yeah, great game. 142 yards, 2 touchdowns. He caught 2 balls for 10 yards and a catching touchdown.
And they are playing your hapless Eagles this week. So on top of you losing your leagues.
I know. It was just, I said to Kenny, I need a hug.
Oh, my Lord.
I just need a hug. That was depressing, that Eagles game.
And and as we go into our segment, who crapped the bed? Did you crap the bed? Did I crap the bed? Did the Eagles crap the bed?
Yep.
We all want to know who crapped the bed. Crap the bed! Carson Wentz crapped the bed. I have never seen something like that from a quarterback as good as Wentz.
That's crazy.
Oh my! And a game against the Saints.
I know.
Where's the garbage time points? Where's anything?
Big fat 0.
It was disgusting.
I know. 3 interceptions, 156 yards. He was 19 for 33. He was sacked 3 times and hit 5 times.
Yeah.
He was under a lot of pressure, and I think he was getting very frustrated with himself too. I think he was in his head, and he was just he got to the point where he was trying everything he could, and it didn't pan out for him.
I was sitting with some friends watching that game, and they're all looking at me like, don't worry, Wentz is going to get garbage time points. I'm sitting there. I sat to them. I'm like, I don't think it's going to happen today. This is not a game flow thing. They're not in this game.
Right.
They're not even like remotely in this game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was a disaster.
Well, they came back a little bit, and we had a little bit of hope, just like the Eagles do. They reel you in. Yeah. And then they smash your dreams.
After they won a Super Bowl
Let's
remind ourselves of this, right?
At least
you're not a Bucs fan. Oh, sorry, Kenny.
You shouldn't have. Kenny. Sorry.
He gets on the air later. He'll get it back.
All right.
So, Blake Bortles, I don't even know why I put him on this list.
I know.
It's just like he just craps he craps the bed when he wakes up in the morning, right? I mean, I kind of don't know. It is not a stellar performance.
He completed 10 passes. That's it. 10 passes.
I think that's still more passes than Lamar Jackson completed this week.
Well, he was sacked 6 times. I mean, that's just a mess.
Yeah. So. This is a pet peeve of mine for the year. And this is, out of my 24 teams, I say I went 12-12. I buried 3 teams this week. 3 of my teams took their 7th loss this week. 6 and 7 might get you in, but probably won't. So I'm buried. The guy I have in common in those leagues is Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook screwed me this year. Now, this is on me. This is where we differ on the luck versus skill thing. Dalvin Cook was a risk. I took the risk, but he was a risk. Mm-hmm. Coming off an ACL injury, he's going in the 2nd round. Mm-hmm. That's really high for a guy that has proven nothing in the NFL. It's really high. And there were warnings about him. Some people were high as hell on him. They're like, oh, this is going to be the next coming. I watched the guy, and I watched him all Sunday because I'm watching the whole game Sunday night. This is not a starting running back in the NFL.
Yeah.
I'm not convinced of this. Now, I know they're playing the Bears, and the Bears have a great defense.
Right.
But this guy doesn't want to run through the tackles. This guy is more Tariq Cohen to me than he is Barkley or Elliott. He's not that guy.
Right.
He's a slasher. He's
right.
a guy. He's a change of pace back to me. And you watch Latavius Murray, who is not very talented, but he runs through the tackles. He plows through things. I'd rather have Latavius Murray.
I agree. Yeah.
And as a fantasy guy, when I had Latavius Murray on the teams that I backed him up with Cook, Latavius performed. Cook has been terrible. Cook has had several games this year where he's had 3 points, 2 points. He has absolutely destroyed my fantasy teams this year.
Yeah, I have
more than Le'Veon Bell has. He's the two bad picks of the first 2 rounds are Le'Veon Bell and Dalvin Cook. And Le'Veon Bell, at least if you had Le'Veon Bell, you knew to go get James Conner.
Right.
If you drafted Le'Veon Bell. Dalvin Cook, I know people said get Latavius Murray, but the other thing about Latavius Murray is that Latavius Murray didn't become viable to week 5. So for the first 4 weeks, he did nothing.
Right.
And then this week, he killed me. I have a league where I lost by 10. You know why I lost by 10? Because Dalvin Cook got me 2 points.
But I do want to say, though, he played a career high 59 snaps in that game.
Good.
59 snaps. I don't know. I still think better days are ahead of him.
Well, they're playing Green Bay.
Yeah.
And Green Bay just got gashed by Seattle this week on the ground. So, listen, this is the thing. Do you go back to him? He frustrated the hell out of me this whole season too. He's absolutely the killer. The teams where he was my number 1 running back, the teams where I drafted a wide receiver first, and I came around and went Dalvin Cook second, those teams are dead. That was as big a mistake as I made all year.
Yeah.
So, and on top of that, how about Deion Lewis yet again? I don't get this at all.
Deion Lewis. I mean, what does this mean too with Mariota out?
If Mariota doesn't play, you're not touching Deion Lewis on Monday night. But it's a Monday night game. You're not going to know.
Right.
Apparently, Mariota was a stinger. It's not the elbow. But I probably weary on Deion Lewis now. But Deion Lewis, the game you sit him, as we talked about that day 4 weeks ago, the day you sit him, he's going to go off.
Right.
Right?
He led the Titan backfield in touches, though.
He's absolutely the running back there. I mean, Derrick Henry is a disaster.
Thank God they're finally establishing that Deion Lewis is their guy.
He's their guy. You trust him, and they're playing Houston this week on Monday Night Football. How's that for a turnaround on Monday Night Football? Chiefs, Rams, and then Texans, Titans.
Oh, jeez.
Hey,
you win some, you lose some.
Yeah, you win some, you lose some. Yeah. Oh, Amari Cooper crapped the bed.
Did we really think he was going to be that great anyway?
Better than this, but not good. He wasn't great.
He has a better matchup against the Redskins this week.
Yeah, on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to have to throw the ball, too, so.
3 for 5 targets. 5 targets.
He just disappears. Utterly disappears.
And who else do they have on that team? Nobody.
No. Cole Beasley.
Right.
And now Michael Gallup is coming on, but yeah, no, it's supposed to be
where is
Amari
the
Cooper.
ball? How did they win that game?
I think the biggest benefit with Amari Cooper is Zeke.
Yeah, well,
is the fact that now they can't block the box with Zeke, so Zeke gets some running room now.
Right.
But Cooper himself, I'm very happy I stayed away from him this year. That's one of my better moves this year. Corey Davis crapped the bed, but he goes in the Deion Lewis, Tennessee Titan conversation.
Yep.
They got destroyed. Tennessee's defense was -4 points, by the way.
Oy.
Right?
Well, now that Blaine Gabbert's in the game, do you think they're going to get maybe some short passes out of him now?
If Blaine Gabbert's playing, I am staying as far away from Tennessee fantasy-wise as I possibly can. If they go off, they will go off on my bench, and that's how it's going to be.
Yeah.
And I will live with that.
But I mean, he could get some points with some screens and some easy little short passes, especially in PPR. It could be beneficial.
He could, but it's going to be on my bench
because they're not going to be thrown down the field.
No,
I don't know. Just saying.
Yeah. Let's keep an eye with it.
Yeah.
How about not just crap in the bed? How about goose egg? Goose egg from Demaryius Thomas.
He had one target, and he didn't even catch it.
Yeah. But you know who came alive? Kike Kute.
Kiki, oh, we love you.
Yeah. I do like Kiki Kute. I snagged Kiki in a few leagues prior to this week.
Yeah.
And I just have a feeling he's taking over as a second receiver. Demaryius Thomas is done. It's over for him.
It's sad.
It's over.
You know what I was thinking about the other day?
Yeah.
DeMarco Murray.
Yeah, retired.
Like, that's so sad. I feel like he had a couple more years out of
I
him.
was surprised he retired in the offseason. He had a bad year last year, but 2 years ago he was fantastic.
I know. Like, he had one bad year and he decided to retire.
I was surprised.
I don't know. I think he had at least one more year, if not 2 more years out of him. He wasn't that old.
And the year with Chip Kelly was such a disaster with him.
Right.
In Philadelphia.
Right. I don't know. I feel like he could have been very valuable in some team.
Yeah, no. I think definitely a team could have used him. I'm surprised.
Wonder if the pressures got to him.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was just thinking about him the other day.
So this guy killed me in beyond many leagues.
Yep, me too.
Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
That was depressing.
Whom I started over Lamar Miller
Ugh.
in a flex spot. And
he was targeted 3 times.
Yeah.
Caught 1 ball.
Yeah.
8
Not
yards.
involved.
Nope.
And I'm sitting there Thursday night. I'm sitting with some friends Thursday night watching the game. I'm like, and everything else is going well. Devontae Adams is going well.
Yeah.
Aaron Jones is going
off.
off.
Of course.
Chris Carson's involved. And I'm
Yep.
looking at them. I'm like, this isn't looking good for MVS. And it didn't look good. And then, of course, Mike McCarthy punts the ball with 4 minutes to go. And they don't get the ball back. And what's astounding with all these offenses that we're looking at? The Rams, the Chiefs, Saints, all scoring over 33 points a game, I think is what, 34 points a game. The Green Bay Packers are like 12th in offense. 24 points a game this year.
That's so odd.
They're not good.
Yeah.
They're just not good. The Green Bay Packers.
Yeah. Well,
not good.
I mean, it's an end of an era.
Yeah.
That's how Brady's getting too.
Yeah, but they're at least scoring.
Yeah, true.
Brady's not putting up the points, but the rest of that offense
Right.
is putting up points. But Green Bay is a mess. Jimmy Graham broke his thumb, too, on top of it. He says he's going to play through it, but good luck
Oh,
with that.
wow. But I still feel like MVS, he's emerging. Hopefully this is just a one-time thing. But he's a great player.
Yeah.
I think he has good potential.
You can't drop him.
No.
I don't know if you play him every week.
Right,
now
we're
playing the Vikings this week, too. I don't know if I want to I don't know if I want to play anybody against the Vikings other than Devontae Adams and Aaron Jones, because the Vikings are going to play mad this week after that loss.
Yeah.
Not that the Vikings are a great team, because they're just not a great team. But
it could be a high-scoring game.
It could be.
Well, then again, with what we were just talking about, maybe not.
Yeah, I know. Your boy Alshon Jeffrey.
Yep. Well, I mean, once the Eagles just had a bad game. I feel like when teams have bad games, obviously their players have bad games.
But Jeffrey now is 2 weeks in a row. Are you concerned by that?
No.
No?
Because they don't have many options. Tate's not doing anything. What's Tate doing?
No, Tate didn't do much
Exactly.
at all. Yeah.
Somebody's got to get the ball. It's Carson Wentz. He's going to throw it.
Yeah.
They're not giving up. We're not out of the – I mean, we're kind of out of the playoffs, but not
so they're 2 games out. There's 2 games out with 6 to play.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not – I'm not worried about him.
Yeah?
He should bounce back. 33 yards, though. Oof.
How about a guy I never thought I'd see in this list all year? Zach Ertz.
The worst game
After
of the year.
a 40-point game the week before.
Yep. It's gonna
How does this happen to Zach Ertz?
Because of Carson Wentz and what happened in this whole game. The whole game was just a disaster. These things are going to happen. Players cannot give you 20, 30 points every single game. Except for Pat Mahomes.
No, but you expect, except for Pat Mahomes. You expect a guy to give you a floor of 10 points, not what Ertz did.
Right.
But again, the Eagles were just obliterated.
They were just, yeah.
But they have it's nice when you have the Giants in the schedule. If that's on a get healthy game, I don't know what is.
Right.
So, I think they'll be fine. And what are you gonna do? If you have Ertz, you were never not playing Ertz under any circumstances. You just had a bad game.
Nope.
And there you go with it. Now here's a guy that we really should be putting on the what the hell do we do with, because I really don't know what we're going to do with Eric Ebron. Eric Ebron, 1 target, no catches, no nothing, a big fat 0 points after being tight end 5 on the year, get to a 0, and doesn't get on the field much because Jack Doyle's back.
Did he have 3 touchdowns last week?
Yes.
After 3 touchdowns last week.
Yes, absolutely nothing.
With a 0.
With big, fat 0 against Tennessee. In a game they won, too.
Right.
Right?
And obviously Luck is throwing the ball. It's not
Yes.
like he has this crappy quarterback.
Nope.
So where are these balls going?
They're going to everybody else.
Yeah.
When this week it went to T.Y.
Hilton. Right. But it's just, I don't get it. Is it going to be one of those things where, you're going to plug him in one week and he's going to do horrible and then you're going to take him out?
It's exactly going to be
Yep.
that. And I don't know what to do. And being that we just lost another tight end in football this week, so you're running out of options there.
Yep.
And I put this on there, all of the chalk fantasy defenses this week.
What does that mean, Kenny?
Meaning chalk is a phrase you use for the top play of the week. The play that has no chance of possibly failing. All failed. Carolina Panthers, 2 points. Baltimore Ravens against an A.J. Green-less Bengals, 1 point.
A.J.
And
Green's.
the L.A. freaking Chargers against the Denver Broncos against Case Keenum, 0 points. 0. The Los Angeles Chargers, I know it's the Chargers. I know the Chargers literally invents new ways to lose games, but 0.
I don't know what to tell you.
There's nothing.
There's nothing. There's
more
nothing to say.
irritating
There's nothing to say.
in fantasy football than streaming defenses that get you 0 or negative points like the Tennessee Titans got you this week.
Yeah.
0.
What are you going to do? There's nothing you can do.
And the Rams against the Chiefs got 21.
Man, Kenny's getting angry when his voice gets really high.
The voice is going high. No pick.
There's nothing you can do about
No
that.
pick.
Especially if you're streaming defenses, that's you can just pray. You plug them in and play.
It's crazy.
Plug them and pray.
Well, and I'm playing the Chargers this week because they're playing the Arizona Cardinals. How am I not using the Chargers this week?
Right. So just keep
Right?
it.
I'm using the Chargers this week.
They'll be fine.
And I'm using Baltimore this week again because they're playing the Oakland Raiders.
Right.
Right? I'm not. Yeah. It's not even a question. It's Carolina where they're playing Seattle, so I don't know about that.
Exactly.
Houston's going to be an interesting streamer this week because they're playing Tennessee, and if it's playing Gabbert, fire up your Texans.
Yep.
See what happens there.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell do we do with Alex Collins, who comes out on the first series and scores a touchdown and barely sees the field after that because of a guy named Gus Edwards?
Who?
Undrafted rookie running back.
Out of Rutgers.
Right?
Yeah.
How you like that?
Yeah.
Hey, nice shout out to Jersey.
Hey,
How you like that?
Yeah.
We are East Coasters in this
Yep.
room.
Woo, woo.
So, what do you do with Alex Collins?
I don't know. I feel like Baltimore needed an excuse to sit Collins, and they got it with Gus. But he scored 5 times in the last 5 games. You can't overlook that.
But is he not going to play anymore?
Do you think they're going to split it?
I don't know. Gus Edwards got 117 yards this week or something along those lines.
Yeah. But Collins did get a touchdown.
Yeah, but they didn't play the rest of the game.
Right.
What do? You can't trust him?
No, I feel like you have to bench him this week and see what they do.
You can't play him. You
Right.
cannot play him.
Right.
You might play Gus Edwards.
Right.
And they're playing Oakland.
But
You can't get a better matchup with that. And Lamar Jackson's starting, so they're not going to throw the ball.
Yeah, but is the same thing going to happen with the whole Mike Davis, Penny, Chris Carson? That's what I feel like is happening.
That's what we're asking
We were all
next.
like, you have to play Mike Davis. What was that, 3 weeks ago?
That was before Carson's out. Carson's out. Mike Davis is viable. If Carson's in, Carson's
Right,
the
but
guy.
then we played Mike Davis, and then Penny emerged, and everyone was like, well, Penny's a better running back now. And I feel like, is this going to happen now in Baltimore?
It might.
With Edwards and...
It might. And, here's another guy you have to throw in the Baltimore backfield is Kenneth Dixon, who's coming back soon. So that's a mess. That's a mess. And Seattle backfield's a mess. But I think we know Carson's the lead guy. Carson's going to play.
Right.
Behind Carson, it's the issue.
Right.
Penny or Davis, you don't know.
Penny tweaked his ankle.
Yeah, and he wasn't great after that.
Right.
And Davis is better.
Right.
But Penny's the first round pick. So...
Yeah, I don't even know what to do with that.
I don't know what to do with it either. I have Carson. I'm playing Carson.
Yeah.
In both leagues I have Carson. I'm rostering both backups, which is a joke. I'm not happy about that.
No.
But I'm cutting Davis now in every other league.
Right. You play Carson, you sit Penny and Davis. If anything happens to Carson again, you plug in Penny or Davis.
Right.
Or Gus.
Yeah. Gus. What now? So, speaking of Gus, we're going to the waiver wire for the week. Are you going to get Gus Edwards?
I think he's worth a shot. I think he's worth to take a chance on him. Like I said, he's also a better running back than Collins.
Seemingly.
They
liked what they saw for sure. No doubt about it.
Right.
Yeah.
And he has a great matchup. The next 4 matchups, he has great matchups.
He does.
So if you need him.
When a running back this late in the year emerges with 100 yards, he is an automatic waiver wire pickup. That doesn't mean you play him every week. You don't know what that is yet.
Right.
But you have to roster the guy. You don't know. He may completely fade away next week. Alex Collins may get 20 carries against Oakland. We don't know. But you have to roster the guy.
Right.
You have to. So you got to go get Gus Edwards. Mm-hmm. You have to go get him. Like, it's waiver priority number 1 this week.
Mm-hmm.
Without a doubt, you got to go get him. I don't know what your expectations are, but get him. Traquan Smith, you're going to get him. He may not play, and he may not play Thursday.
Right. He didn't practice. They play against Atlanta, which is a nice little sweet matchup. 157 yards, touchdown, 10 catches.
Yep.
I like it. There's just so many mouths to feed, though.
That's the thing with New Orleans.
Right.
Traquan Smith to me is a plug-and-play guy. Again, now this week, if he were playing against Atlanta, I'd fire him up. But a game like against Carolina or a game where the game flow doesn't look like it's going to be in his favor, I would not play him.
Right.
I think that's kind of a weekly matchup thing with Traquan Smith.
Right. And do you waste a waiver priority on him this week, not knowing if he's going to play?
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't go pick him up because when you don't practice Monday and Tuesday, the chances that you play on Thursday are not good.
I don't think the whole team didn't practice on Monday.
No, but today was the day, and he didn't practice today.
Okay, right.
So and this is Tuesday. So I would be weary of that. He's probably not on waivers in your league, but he might be. He's on waivers in a few leagues. Mm-hmm. You never know. There's another guy that might be on your waiver wire, DJ Moore. What a game he had. And the one league I had him, I started him.
I did not start him, and he was on my bench.
Oh, brother.
But I picked him up last week because wasn't he on our waiver wire pickup last week?
He was.
And if you didn't pick him up and he is still on the waiver wires, he doesn't have a great matchup this week with Seattle, but I would grab him now, maybe not play him, but I would say grab him now and play him week after.
I want DJ Moore on my teams.
Yeah.
But here's the issue with DJ Moore. How do we say this? Too many mouths to feed there.
Yeah.
But Devin Funchess utterly stinks.
Yeah.
He's terrible.
He's horrible.
So DJ Moore can emerge as a number 1 wide receiver in Carolina. But what is the number 1 receiver in Carolina? It's a guy that's not going to get consistent production every week. I still want him on my teams. I'm playing him in certain situations. Again, that's a matchup play.
Do you play them this week against Seattle?
That's tough.
Right. See, I don't play him this week.
I probably don't play him against Seattle.
In 2 weeks, he plays Tampa Bay. That's when you play him.
You fire everybody up against. You fire Ken up against Tampa Bay. Yeah, and he'd score. I promise you.
I would too.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Kerryon Johnson, doubtful Thursday game. Are you going to get Theo Riddick or LeGarrette Blount, or either, or neither?
I don't like either of them, honestly. I'm not a huge
Somebody's
going to
play this week. Or you're getting Zach Zenner.
Who?
Yeah, right?
Seriously, who?
Yeah, seriously. Yeah,
he's
the third running back that might emerge there in Detroit. Somebody's going to get the ball.
I guess.
LeGarrette Blount is 90 years old.
I'm never a Theo Riddick fan, though.
No.
I actually picked him up because I had an empty roster spot.
Yeah.
And I was just like, well, I should not have one empty roster
pick
spot.
Him up.
Just pick him up. And just throw him. So I picked him up, and he's on my bench.
And you might play him this week because, again, there's no Kerryon Johnson this week. Probably.
Yeah.
So he's viable.
So I do have him.
Yep. So he's a guy that you can get. Now, of course, after midnight, as waivers have closed and you're looking for something to do after midnight. And there's a guy there that's, sitting there.
Looks lonely.
He's lonely. He's got a great name, too. Christian Kirk.
Ooh.
Arizona Cardinals.
How you doing, Christian?
Yeah.
You want to jump on my team?
Yeah. I mean, look, his last name is the same as a Star Trek guy. Come on, man.
Is that his pickup line? How you doing? I'm Christian Kirk.
I'm not Captain Kirk. I'm Christian Kirk. And that's good enough. Want to fly my Enterprise?
Oh, hey.
Hey. Christian Kirk after midnight. Might still be available. Pick him up.
While you can.
While you can. Will he be there in the morning for you, Chris?
I don't know. That's a good one. I like that one.
You like that one?
Yeah.
Yours was good last week. Bruce Ellington.
Yeah.
Very good one last week.
You could do
Good
that
call.
this week too.
Yeah.
If he hasn't been picked up.
If he hasn't been picked up. Oh, yeah. No, he's a play this week. And we had Jeff Hireman last week, and he's alive. He didn't have a great week, but he's getting the ball. Mm-hmm. So
I have one more too, a quarterback.
Oh, wait, you have a
I have a quarterback.
After midnight.
Baker Mayfield.
Oh, man, Baker.
Hi, I'm Baker. Ooh, that's not as sexy as
Would
Christian
you bake
Kirk.
my Mayfield?
Oh no! Oh, that is an odd name when you don't put both of those names together. Baker. Hi, my name is Baker. Ooh.
Baker.
Oof. Anyway, yeah, if you need a quarterback, it'd be a nice little.
I have him a lot this week. I'm playing him a lot. I think they're getting better too.
Yeah, me too.
I've had Baker all year. I was a little too high on Baker because you shouldn't be this high on a rookie quarterback, but he's getting better and better every week. Yeah, if he's sitting there, yeah, he's a good streamer this week for sure. He might be a good rest of the year quarterback. They have a good schedule going forward the rest of the year, so somebody to consider.
Yeah.
News and injuries. Marcus Mariota, we talked about him. Is he playing?
He has an elbow injury.
Yeah.
It's hard to trust him, even if he does play. It's hard to trust him.
Sure is.
Guess who I played this week?
Marcus Mariota.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. That didn't turn out so great.
No, that didn't turn out so good.
That's the reason why I lost.
Well, boy. You have been getting screwed at quarterback this year. How do you have Tom Brady and can't score? And then you use Marcus Mariota in Brady's bye week, and he does nothing.
Same with Stafford when I used Stafford last week in Andrew Luck's bye week, and he got
screwed.
Oh, I held Stafford all year long
Yeah.
for that one
week.
Andrew
right?
Luck was on bye.
Yep.
Are you? No, I'm not going to say it yet.
we're
We're not.
getting
We're
there
not
yet.
in that segment yet.
Yeah. By the way, Mitch Trubisky unlikely to play Thursday now. That's what we're hearing.
Oh.
Unlikely to play.
Okay.
Yeah, there's more and more likely not going to play Mitch Trubisky. Chase Daniel time in Chicago.
Who? So
Yeah.
many backup quarterbacks this week.
Yeah, this could be a rough week.
Yeah.
And it's in Detroit on Thanksgiving at 9:30 in the morning, West Coast time, after they just played Sunday Night Football. I would pick Detroit.
Yeah.
I think Detroit's going to win this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Detroit. I don't hate Detroit.
No, they're not good.
Yeah.
Chicago's a good team, but I think Chicago's in a rough spot this week.
Yeah.
It's just not a spot I want to be in if I were them. Joe Flacco looks like he's out another week.
Not a surgical injury.
No, I think it's rest, and then he comes back. And then I know they say they have a decision to make in Baltimore, and I know Lamar Jackson is going to play against Oakland. He's probably going to go off against Oakland, but he's not ready. He's not ready.
Well, how do you know?
Did you see him play this week? Did they throw the ball? You want to court? I mean, this is
Maybe he was nervous.
We're not in college. He's got to throw to win. I mean, they ran the ball. He's running the ball. I've never seen a quarterback run the ball like this, which is great for fantasy.
Right.
But come on, man.
They have a great remaining schedule.
They really do.
Which is good.
Their schedule going down the road is amazing.
Yep.
It really is. Fantasy friendly like crazy.
Right. So that's good for either or.
Yeah.
Whoever they do decide to play. I don't think Flacco's done yet.
I don't think he's done. Kerryon Johnson, doubtful. Sprained knee, probably out a week or two. We'll find out about week 13, but week 12 not going to play.
Happy it's not an ACL.
Yeah, thank goodness he's not a torn ACL.
That was scary when he went down.
Yeah. So, and now, ladies and gentlemen, for the segment you've all been waiting for, that we all have something to contribute to this week. Are you kidding me?
Kenny! Oh my goodness, the language on this show. What do we have today, Kenny?
I'm letting you guys take this. We're going to actually start this segment with our Tampa Bay Buccaneer loving, Vegas Golden Knight blogging producer,
Football
Mr. Ken,
hating.
football hating, Ken Bulkey is
Yay!
joining us on the broadcast this week. Hello, Ken.
Football is stupid.
No!
Football makes me mad every week. But this week, I thought, I'm going to get ahead of this thing. I'm a Buccaneers fan. What's the point of playing fantasy football if I don't have Jameis Winston on my team? So why don't I go ahead and pick him up 1 week early? Because I had a feeling it's not going to be long before they lose to the Giants, and they're going to have to play him because there's 6 weeks left. And what's the point of football if you're not going to tank and throw out your quarterback and see if maybe he's not the worst quarterback ever? So that I was right. Ryan Fitzpatrick comes in. He throws 3 interceptions. Jameis goes in. The problem is I didn't play him, obviously, because I picked up another quarterback, Dak Prescott, who sucked.
Crap the bed. It's
Just
like,
terrible.
It's like we like to
Terrible.
say.
He got outscored by Jameis by 8.
And
8
Jameis,
points.
and when did they put Jameis in the third quarter?
Yeah, early third.
So Jameis
came
in
in-
a quarter and a half outscored Dak Prescott.
And Peyton Barber ran a touchdown in,
Yep.
and Jameis fumbled at the 2-yard line that Mike Evans recovered for a touchdown. So he should have had 4 touchdowns. He could have very well had one of it, like a top 10 fantasy week, and he only played for 4 drives
That's amazing.
because the Buccaneers are complete. I'm not going to say the word. Doo-doo is a
Yes.
word I'm
Whoa.
going to say
Doo-doo.
instead.
So
The
you're-
Buccaneers are awful. Are you f***ing kidding me?
Oh, no.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they're the worst. I hate them. I hope they lose every game for the rest of this season.
Oh,
Now,
are you
here's
jumping
my-
off the bandwagon?
Oh, no, I'm on the bandwagon.
Oh, okay.
That is the bandwagon.
Yeah.
That's what the bandwagon slogan is. I hope they lose the rest of the
Yeah,
games this year.
that's a good
Yeah.
thing, right?
Yeah. Are you starting Jameis the rest of the year?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Until
they
they put
pull
in
him.
fit.
One other thing, which I found interesting earlier in the show, you were talking about defenses,
Yes.
and how all the best defenses were terrible, and you for some reason found this to be like unbelievable, like this has never happened before in the history of fantasy football, even though it happens every fucking week.
Whoa.
How's that?
It doesn't happen every
It's
week.
pretty-
Sometimes, look, if you had the Chicago Bears, you ran them out there every week but one, and you've been doing very, very well. But if you're streaming every week,
These were streamers.
These
were
are the
talking.
streamers.
We were talking
Why
about
is
great
there a
defenses.
position in fantasy football that you stream every week?
why not?
Because it's fun.
Because
fun.
it's stupid.
It adds
Yeah.
another dimension to your fantasy football team.
It's dumb.
I have
hate
fun
it.
with that.
It's dumb.
He hates it because he hasn't had good luck with.
Nobody has good luck. Everybody gets
I've had
mad
pretty
every
good luck
single
with.
year.
I've had pretty good luck
I've
with
had
defenses.
I've been half and half. This week was terrible.
Kickers, stupid. Defenses, stupid.
I like kickers too.
Why are we doing this?
We've had this debate.
Dumb.
We have this debate off the air about whether or not we should have kickers and defense.
Can you actually have a team without a kicker?
Oh
and
yeah,
defense?
of
Or there-
course, sure.
You can do
Just
anything.
You can,
delete
yeah,
the
you can,
position.
yeah. You can,
Oh,
you
you
can,
can
you
do
can, you can set it. You can set a team.
I'd
without
rather
kickers.
have individual defensive players than kicker and defense because that is actually actionable. You can actually look at what's happening and say, I think Khalil Mack might be good today.
Right.
I think the greatest kicker in the history of the NFL, Justin Tucker, will not miss an extra point and cost everyone their fantasy football week. But that happened, and Justin Tucker is nowhere near the top of the league in points.
Not this year.
Even though he's the best kicker.
Not this year.
Makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah.
Kickers are stupid. Defenses are stupid. I'm going back over there.
There you
All
go.
right,
Yeah.
and there you've heard it first, ladies and gentlemen.
We should have a segment. That should be a new segment. Kickers and defenses are stupid. That'd be a
And-
great
and
segment.
have
And
Ken
just
come
slam
in.
it all and slam them every week.
Slam
Yeah.
it. All right, I have a great "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah, let's do it.
segment.
Let's
All
hear
right.
it.
So I was projected to win, like we said earlier in the show, out of 3 of my 4 leagues. Going in on my ESPN team, my opponent had 0 points from 3 players. 0 points
Who
from
does she have?
3 players. He played Marvin Jones by accident,
Oh man.
so he got a big fat 0.
Okay.
Did Ertz get a 0 or did Ertz
No,
actually
it's
get?
got like 3.
No, it was 2 other players
Right.
that got a 0. So going into the game, I had 86 points, which is actually pretty horrible anyway. But he only had 59 points going into this game. So I'm thinking, all right, this might be pretty good. I might have a chance to win. He only had Hill going, so I figured I have a pretty good chance. We'll see what happens. Hill gets 43 points, and I lose. This is the first game I lose, okay?
Wow.
Also, to make it even worse, again, going against him when he had 3 players that had 0 points, okay? Then in our Vegas league, I have Gurley going against Hill and Zerline. 96 to 82. I have a pretty good shot, especially if Gurley's going to give me 20 or 30 points. Zerly craps the bed, and of course, Tyreek Hill goes off. Another Hill played against him in 2 of the 4 leagues, and Zerline gets 12 points, okay? And my favorite one, my last team that I was actually supposed to win, as we talked about earlier, I'm going into Monday night game, 148 to 102. Mahomes going against the Mahomes. Of course, Mahomes gets 50 points. I lose all 4 fucking teams this week. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm done fantasy football. Have a good night, everybody. Goodbye. Okay, I'm back. Hi.
We'll have a new co-host next week because Christina's retired for the year. It will be Ken Bulkey, who's going to be co-hosting with me as we do an entire segment, an entire show on kickers and defense.
I hate them. Stupid.
All right, I'm back. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. This is Christina Shaw, and I'm back.
Oh, man. I don't know what to say to you. I feel awful for you. I really do. I mean... I still fight you on luck versus skill in fantasy football. You really do get unlucky. I've never seen anything like it. I don't know how you lose a 46-point lead against Mahomes. That's just impossible, and it happened.
Well, it's not impossible because he did have a 50-point game against Pittsburgh.
But it's just not, it doesn't happen. This is it's crazy.
Right. It was crazy that it happened.
Points.
It was crazy that it happened against Pittsburgh. And I'm going into it thinking, all right, he could probably get 43, 44 points and not, and I'd still win.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yep. And then the other league is our New York league that we play, where you've had Brady all year, and he's been off for the last 3 weeks, and then you stream Mariota, and he gets screwed last week. I mean, you've had no luck.
But I still. Oh, right. Then that was.
And then again, how about Gurley? So we're talking about a game where there's 105 points, 54-51.
Yeah.
105 points scored in the game. Todd Gurley
had
12 points in
12
a PPR.
points.
Todd Gurley. He screwed me in the league last night. I would have won if he had his normal.
Right, and that's the thing. I would have won in that league too, and that's the.
That's a shocker.
I've had the worst luck this year, and there's nothing I can do about it. I mean, I've picked up all the players. I've done all my waiver pickups. I've just. There's no words, Kenny.
Yeah.
You know what? Better luck next year.
I was gonna say the words are. We'll see you next season. and you'll kick some ass next season. So,
yeah.
That's it. There was we've been doing this overthought of the week. My Kenny Davidsen overthought of the week. It wasn't too bad this week. I didn't do anything really stupid this week. The only thing I was hell bent if Kike Kute was gonna play, I was gonna play him over Jordan Howard, and I was gonna do it. And then it got to game time that morning, and I didn't do it. And not that it wasn't that big a deal. It was only a 6-point difference, but sometimes you have to go with your gut. Yeah. And I really believe in Kike Kute going
I do
forward.
too.
I really do. And Jordan Howard is dead. So.
Also, wait, those 3 players that we were talking about in the last segment.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
He had Wentz, Demaryius Thomas, and Marvin Jones.
And you still lost.
And
to
I
him.
still lost because of Tyreek Hill with 43 points. And I had Antonio Brown, who got 22 points, Andrew Luck, who had 29 points, and I still lost. But, who
else did you have?
I had MVS screwed me.
Killed you.
Jake Elliott only had 1 point. Ertz only had 3. So if Ertz would have had his normal game,
yeah,
Elliott would have had his normal game. If the Eagles would have had their and Deion Lewis, who should have had his normal game.
Oh, just Ertz alone. Even Deion Lewis has been up and down, and Elliott's a kicker, but Ertz, that's the one. Ertz is ridiculous. How does that happen? How does it happen? You have Gurley and Ertz, and the week that they crap the bed. right?
And this is my year.
This is your year.
All right.
And
Anyway.
on that note,
it's a Wednesday night. Who should you choose? Make the right choice so you win, not lose. Starter sit, starter sit, starter sit. Ooh. What do we got?
we got a few
Yeah.
this week. We definitely got a few. You go first. Where's your Eric question?
All right. So he has this problem all year with the whole Ingram Kamara thing. Does he double up on Ingram and Kamara this week?
Yes.
I
What's
think
his,
so too.
Or what's his options?
Connor, Ingram, Kamara, Connor. Connor against Denver.
He has to sit one.
Yes.
And James Whitey's got in the lead, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yep. He has to.
Well, Kamara, you're playing.
Right. So really, it's against
Ingram to me is still a little up and down.
Mm-hmm.
I want Ingram in games where the Saints have a huge lead. You can't predict it.
Mm-hmm.
If the Saints are not leading and it's a dogfight, I don't think Ingram's going to produce as much.
Mm-hmm. But
Connor to me is due. His last 2 weeks have stunk.
And Denver, they play Denver, who's allowed third.
Yeah,
I want.
You know what?
Points.
I would go Kamara and Connor this week.
I think so too.
That's what I'm doing. I would sit Ingram for Connor.
Mm-hmm. That's so.
Oh, it's horrible. That's a horrible decision. That's the. I mean, I'd rather have a root canal than make that decision.
That's a good problem to have, though.
No, it's a terrible problem to have.
Yeah.
This is what's having too much of that's actually worse. Because you're going to screw it up every week.
Well, I'd rather that than Lewis against Howard every week.
All right. Point taken. So.
We also have one from our friend Thomas.
All right.
Marlon Mack, Breida, or Sony Michel. Sit one of them.
Sit one of them?
Sit one of them.
I'm sitting Mac. I don't trust Mac.
But they're playing Miami.
I don't trust him. He's not producing much.
I would sit Sony Michel.
Yeah? Against the Jets?
He didn't do too much last game.
No. But if they're closing the game out, if they're up by 20, it's a Sony Michel game.
Yeah. So we're definitely playing Breida.
Yeah, I'm playing Breida. They're playing Tampa.
They're coming
You're
off.
Playing Breida.
Coming off a tie.
Yeah.
Or a bye.
We told you we'd start Ken against Tampa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's between Mac and Michelle. I say Michelle.
I'm saying no, you say sit Michelle.
I'm saying sit Michelle.
I say play Michelle, sit Mac.
All right, we disagree.
Yeah, we disagree on that. Breida we're playing.
Let's see what happens. Let's see what Thomas does.
All right.
All right.
Danielle from New Jersey, our new listener from New Jersey. Here's her options. Half point PPR, flex Isaiah Crowell, Latavius Murray, Rashad Penny, or pick somebody up on waivers. A la would be Gus Edwards would be one of her options to pick up on waivers.
Does she have high priority?
I didn't ask her that. But she put a claim in. She told me that already.
This is just.
It's a flex spot. Like you could also pick Marquise Goodwin up, and they're playing Tampa. Oh, your boy Kenny Stills. I think
not Kenny Stills.
Yeah, you're done with Kenny Stills.
No, I don't like any of these guys. I think I'd play Gus over all of them.
Yeah, that's what I said. I would try to get Gus and play him. By default, you're playing Isaiah Crowell if you can't get him. If you can't get Gus,
I'm thinking maybe Murray.
Murray did nothing this week. He's a backup. And you just talked about the snaps that Dalvin Cook got. If Latavius Murray's not in the field,
true,
you can't play him. And Rashad Penny, we know what his role is, right? He's only good if Carson's out. You have to play Crowell because Crowell's like the only option in New York other than Elijah McGuire.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I'm holding my nose playing Crowell. I
All right. No,
Crowell.
You're right.
Yeah. I mean, if Cook were out, Latavius Murray's a no-brainer. Latavius Murray's the best player of the three, but he's not getting the opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
But in your situation, if you can go get Gus Edwards, I play Gus Edwards and I play him. I play aggressively.
Mm-hmm.
See what happens. He's the guy we want. This is not a pleasant situation you can have, but that's what I would do.
And I have one more too.
Oh, go for it. What do you got?
This is from my friend Pete From the old car dealership I used to work at, one of my best
back in
friends.
Philly.
Yeah, back in
Nice.
Philly. So he pick one, Doug Baldwin, Traquan Smith, or if he's healthy, AJ Green.
Oh, AJ's healthy.
Right.
I'm not sitting AJ if he's not healthy.
Right.
You can't now. Traquan's Thursday, so that's going to be decided for you. I would play Baldwin, so I wouldn't play Smith in this situation. I would want to deal with the Smith situation, and if he's not, that's tough. It's tougher than you think because that's a game you want Traquan Smith because it's Atlanta.
Right. But
I'm still playing
can't.
Baldwin.
Yeah.
I like what I've seen out of Baldwin the last 2 weeks. I would play now. Obviously, AJ Green's healthy. You're playing AJ Green. But if it comes down to Sunday and AJ Green is questionable, you're playing Baldwin.
You're playing Baldwin.
I play Baldwin.
So wait, I wanna. He sent me his team. You have to listen to this.
All right, go ahead.
I don't know his record. I'm sure it's like 9 or probably 10-1. Probably.
Okay.
Listen to this lineup.
Yeah.
Especially this week too. Cousins, Fournette, Gordon, Juju, Tyreek Hill, Hooper, Diggs, and Pittsburgh defense. He had on his bench Kerryon Johnson, Tevin Coleman, Jones, Galladay.
Aaron Jones or Marvin Jones?
Aaron Jones.
What?
Yes. Galladay. And then he also has Yeldon Graham and some other.
That's a disgusting team.
Isn't that insane?
10-team league?
I don't know.
That's a disgusting team.
I
Oh,
know.
my God.
He scored 206
You think?
points.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, there you go.
Isn't that insane?
That's a nice little team right there.
That's not the team I think he asked. Though. No, that's not the team.
But that's like, he just showed you a team that he has?
Yeah, that's his other. He has 2 teams,
Yeah,
I
like
think.
a 6-team league, maybe.
No,
Yeah.
he's really good. I wish Pedro was here because I'd love to have him on the show.
Well,
so.
invite him out. We're not going to fly him out or anything. Right.
we
Yeah.
have quite the budget here on our base.
Hey, Pedro, pay for your own plane ticket, pay for your own hotel room, and then you can come on our show for nothing. And we could offer you Diet Mountain Dew.
And a
How's
high
that sound?
five.
And high fives. We'd love to have you on the show next year. Come join us.
Yes.
All expenses not paid. We can do that for you. Scott, our buddy Scott, who lives in town, great bass player in town.
Scott.
Yeah, asked. He's got OJ Howard all over the place. What's his best tight end pickup?
Oof, that's
It's
sad.
tough. I told him obviously Braid if he's available.
Right.
But there's leaks with Braid's not available. He's looking at Austin Hooper, Jonnu Smith,
Oof.
and Ricky Seals-Jones,
Oh.
Chris Herndon. And he's got another league where it's Vance McDonald, Jonnu Smith, Jeff Hireman. I mean, look, Austin Hooper's there. Go get
Hooper,
Austin
yeah,
Hooper.
that's
Right.
that. He's the only one.
Chris
I mean,
Herndon's a nice little deep sleeper, especially if Darnold's back. He likes throwing to Chris
is
Herndon.
his team that good that he can trade somebody? Because is the
it's-
trade
well,
deadline
it's-
this week?
Most leagues trade deadline's already gone. Most Yahoo leagues trade deadline's gone, so I don't think you have anybody to trade. And then obviously the league it's Vance McDonald. I would pick Vance McDonald up. Maybe Jeff Hireman, but those are the two I'd go. It's
Hooper.
Hooper and Hireman. So there you go. Those are our start set questions of the week.
We had a good one. That was
Yes,
a good one.
Yeah,
Thanks,
well,
guys.
Keep sending your questions in. We got a few more weeks of this show.
Yep.
And
I won't be here. No.
Yeah. No,
I will.
yeah. See, she won't be here. No. So yes, we're very few weeks of the show, and we're very happy to lead you astray. So send your start set questions in. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as we close out week 11 on to week 12. God, the season's gone so fast.
I'm so sad.
So fast. Fantasy burial time. There's a lot of burials this week. Dearly beloved, we're gathered here today to bury lots of things. Alex Smith. Not that you were starting Alex Smith. Why? I mean, if you're playing Alex Smith, well,
Sorry.
yeah, sorry. But our Alex Smith, really gruesome leg injury.
Oh, hard to watch.
Really hard to watch. We hardly knew you, Alex Smith. May your fantasy season rest in peace. OJ Howard on IR. Second straight year, ends his year on IR. Breakout candidate of the year at tight end, other than George Kittle. May your season rest in peace. But most importantly, this week we are burying my partner in crime, Christina Shaw.
It hurts, Kenny. It hurts.
Christina Shaw, 4 leagues up, 4 leagues down. May Christina Shaw's fantasy season
Rest in peace.
rest in peace.
I'm so sorry, fantasy teams. I let you down. Better luck next year. Goodbye.
That's it. Christina Shaw's dead and buried this year. And 24 teams. I'm going to honorarily bury 3 of them.
All right. That's
They
not
They
bad.
lost their 7th team. So all of my teams, except for the original team that I had, my original fantasy team is named Big Blue Gangrene.
Yes.
And on spawning off of that, every one of my fantasy teams has the word giant or jet in them.
Oh, interesting.
So this week we are burying Shoulders of Giants, who went 4-7 this week. We are burying Gentle Giant, which
Oh,
went 4-7 this week.
I didn't know this about your teams. That's pretty.
Yeah.
That's pretty clever, Kenny.
Yeah, and then we are burying Flotsam and Jetsam. That's the league I'm in with Bucky. Flotsam and Jetsam has a lot of meanings, but it's also one of my favorite Peter Gabriel songs.
That's great. All right.
Went to 4-7. 4-7. I mean, you're not totally dead, but you're in deep trouble.
Yeah.
But now I got a bunch of 5-6 teams.
That you have to revive.
Yeah, well,
you're on life support.
I got my Giant that went to 5-6 because of Pat Mahomes. So it made 5-6. But I have Giant Steps. Great John Coltrane song.
Oh, nice.
Giant Steps. Look at this team. 10-team league.
Do you have any?
Tom Brady, Devontae Adams, AJ Green, Emmanuel Sanders, Todd Gurley, Nick Chubb.
What?
5-6.
Hey, Kenny. Guess what? That's bad luck.
It's not it's inconsistent.
It's bad luck,
it's
Kenny.
It's 4th in the league in scoring, and it's 5-6, and it's in trouble. Not dead,
Yeah.
but in deep trouble. So,
On that note,
it's another edition of Our Vegas Fantasy. We record every Tuesday at the Space, and we're very thankful to Mark Chinook, who puts on a great show called Monday's Dark, which we had last night, our last Monday's Dark of the year. It was a great show. That was a lot of fun. We did Jock Jams last night. It was a lot of fun last night.
oh, that's cool.
We are recording every Tuesday here for the rest of the year. We're thankful to Mark for that, and we're thankful to Ken Bulkey, our wonderful producer.
Thanks for
taking
stepping in
care of
today.
us and for sitting in and starting a diatribe on kickers and defenses.
That was
which
great.
Hardly,
Don't forget to check us out on Instagram, like us on Facebook. Send us your start-sit questions every week. We are also now on SoundCloud. And
Yay! Sweet.
So you can search that. And of course, Spotify, search Our Vegas Fantasy.
And I'm Kenny Davidsen.
And I'm Christina Shaw.
See you next week.
Bye. Happy Thanksgiving.